Imagine this, it's December 2025. In the luxury boutiques of Paris, Shanghai, and New York, rows of shimmering handbags and designer shoes sit in polished displays. But behind this glossy facade, the luxury market is facing one of its biggest turning points. Sales have softened, shoppers are more selective, and brands are questioning how to maintain their allure in a world reshaped by economic shifts and evolving tastes. So, what challenges and opportunities await luxury brands in 2025? Let's unpack this together. Challenge 1. The rise of selective spending. For decades, luxury brands rode on two key engines of growth: globalization and democratization of luxury. Middle class shoppers, inspired by aspirational lifestyles, began splurging on $200 designer socks or logo handbags. This worked well when economies thrived, but now 2025 is different. In the West, middle class shoppers are under strain. High interest rates, cooling job markets, and inflation mean fewer people can justify spending thousands on a luxury item. A mid sized Dior lady bag now costs nearly $6,000, almost double its price from just a decade ago. What once seemed like an indulgence now feels unattainable. For brands that relied heavily on these aspirational shoppers, such as Louis Vuitton and Gucci, this shift is a major challenge. The very strategy that brought them growth now risks alienating their base. Challenge 2, China's luxury slowdown. The second challenge lies in China, a market once considered the heart of luxury spending. Over the last 2 decades, China's rise was extraordinary. By 2023, it was home to 6 million millionaires, fueling demand for everything from Versace dresses to Rolex watches. But in 2025, luxury spending in China faces pressure. A lingering housing crisis, frugality trends among younger generations, and government crackdowns on wealth displays mean that luxury brands must rethink their strategies. Shoppers are still spending, but increasingly abroad. Japanese stores, for instance, benefit as the yen weakens, offering luxury goods at better value. As one executive put it, the next China, it's still China, but a more complex China. Opportunity 1. The power of the ultra wealthy. Despite these challenges, there is hope for luxury brands. While middle class spending declines, the world's ultra wealthy are only growing in number. By 2027, UBS estimates there will be 86 million millionaires globally, up from 60 million today. Billionaires continue to splurge with minimal impact from economic downturns. For brands like Hermès and Brunello Cucinelli, this shift plays right into their strengths. They've always focused on timeless luxury, catering exclusively to the very rich. Hermès, famous for its coveted Birkin bag, grew its revenue by 14% in 2024, proving that catering to the elite remains highly profitable. Opportunity 2, reinventing luxury appeal. For brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Prada, the challenge is to reinvent their allure. How do you excite shoppers again while maintaining exclusivity? Innovation and creativity hold the answer. Take Miu Miu, for example. In 2024, they made headlines with bold fashion choices like sequined knickers and memorable campaigns that pushed boundaries. The result? Sales doubled in just a year. Other brands are hiring new creative directors, hoping fresh ideas will bring renewed excitement. However, change takes time. As analysts note, A brand's earnings typically peak 5 years after a new creative vision is introduced. Opportunity. 3. Perceived exclusivity. Here's the final secret: luxury is no longer just about exclusivity, it's about perceived exclusivity. Brands must balance their appeal to the masses while keeping their prestige intact. Rolex does this masterfully by creating scarcity, limiting production even for its more accessible watches. Meanwhile, brands like Chanel and Dior separate their high-end fashion lines from mass-market beauty products, ensuring that while some can enjoy a piece of the brand, the exclusivity remains intact. In a world of mass production and fast fashion, true luxury lies in this fine balance. Conclusion: the road ahead for luxury brands. As we look toward 2025, luxury brands stand at a crossroads. The challenges are real: economic pressures on the middle class, a more selective Chinese market, and rising prices risk alienating shoppers. Yet, opportunities abound for those who adapt, whether by embracing the ultra wealthy, investing in creativity, or striking the perfect balance of accessibility and exclusivity. The future of luxury isn't about selling more. It's about selling smarter, staying timeless, and delivering true value to those who seek it. As we enter this new era, only the most agile, creative, and focused brands will thrive. Thank you for joining me today on Log Finance Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with others. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Where do you think luxury brands are heading? Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep shining. Thank you for joining me today on the Business Insight Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with others. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Where do you think luxury brands are heading? Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep shining.